All right, so when you think about AI, what comes to mind? Probably a chatbot, right? Something that answers questions. Well, get ready for a major update. Today, we're going to talk about a concept that gives AI, well, hands and feet to actually do things out in the real world. We are talking about AI agents. We're all getting pretty used to AI that can chat with us, summarize a long article, or even create some wild images. But what if AI could do more than just talk? What if it could take on a really complex goal, figure out all the steps, and then actually execute that plan to get it done? That's the huge leap we're diving into today. Okay, let me paint you a picture. Imagine this: a super critical machine on a factory floor just stops. Production grinds to a halt. Every single minute that machine is down, it's costing a fortune. And the solution? It's buried somewhere in like thousands of pages of manuals, or locked away in different databases, or maybe it's just in the head of one expert engineer who's on vacation. This kind of high-stakes chaos, well, this is exactly where a new kind of AI is designed to thrive. And that's where we have to start thinking beyond the simple chatbot. See, we're not talking about a passive tool anymore. We're talking about an active, digital teammate, one that's built specifically to handle these messy, real-world problems. So what exactly is an AI agent then? Well, the definition really comes down to three key things. It can observe a situation, it can reason about it, and then it can take action. It's not like a passive encyclopedia just sitting there waiting for you to ask a question. No, it's an active problem solver. It's sensing what's happening and actively working to reach a goal. And this really nails the difference. On one side, you've got your traditional AI. And look, it's fantastic at one specific thing. Classifying an image, forecasting sales, that kind of stuff. It's a specialist. But on the other side, you have the AI agent. It's more of a generalist, built for the big picture. It doesn't just do one thing. It's like a project manager. It coordinates a bunch of different tools to get a complex, multi-step job done. Okay, that all sounds pretty amazing, right? But the big question is, how does it actually work? I mean, how does an agent think? Let's pop the hood and take a look at its core problem-solving process. It really boils down to three main stages. First up, it plans. It takes a big, messy goal and chops it up into a bunch of smaller, more manageable tasks. You can kind of think of it like making a to-do list. Next, it reasons. This is where it figures out, okay, what information am I missing? And then identifies the right tools to go get that info. And finally, and this is so crucial, it learns. It takes feedback from people, from other systems, and it uses that to get smarter and better over time. So, when we say reasoning with tools, what does that actually mean? Well, it means the agent isn't trapped with only the data it was originally trained on. It can actively go out and get new information. It can search the web, it can connect to a company's private databases using something called an API, or, get this, it can even hand off a specific task to another, more specialized AI agent. It's like a boss delegating work. And that right there, that is the absolute game changer. This ability to mix and match different tools is what turns AI from a static kind of know-it-all model into a truly dynamic, adaptable problem solver that can handle whatever you throw at it. Okay, so if we're going with this idea of a digital teammate, what would its job description even look like? What can it actually do for us? Let's break down the different roles it can play. All right. Back in our factory example, these agents can wear a whole bunch of hats. They can offer decision support, right? So when a machine acts up, it can analyze all the data and recommend the best way to respond. They're amazing at knowledge retrieval. So instead of a technician digging through manuals for hours, the agent finds the exact procedure in seconds. They can handle coordination, maybe linking a design change from the engineering team with what's actually possible on the production line. They're also a great monitor, constantly tracking things to spot repeated downtime or weird energy spikes, and they can even provide learning support, capturing how an expert solves a problem and turning that into a guide for new stuff. Super powerful. Okay, so we've covered what they are and how they think, but let's get down to the bottom line. Where does this actually create real, tangible value for a business? Let's get specific. Let's start at the beginning, product development. Think about a designer working on a new product. An agent can be an invaluable partner right there beside them. It could instantly show them how a tiny design tweak might affect manufacturing costs, or what it means for maintenance down the road, or even how it changes the product's overall carbon footprint. And now let's go back to our factory floor, where that machine broke down. The value here is immediate. An agent can help engineers troubleshoot problems way faster. It can slash the time they waste just searching for information and help them react instantly to those production bottlenecks. And here's another area that's getting more and more important: sustainability. There is a massive opportunity here. Agents can be a powerful ally, constantly scanning systems to pinpoint energy waste, find materials that can be reused, and give designers the data they need to build products for a truly circular economy. So when you add all of that up, the impact becomes crystal clear. We're talking about real business results: lower downtime, better quality, faster decisions, and, this is a big one, a way to capture the know-how of your most experienced employees before they retire and it just walks out the door. Now look, it's really easy to get excited about all this potential, and we should be. But we also need a reality check. AI agents are not a magic solution. It is absolutely crucial to understand their limits and what they need to actually succeed. Basically, an agent's success rests on three key pillars. First, you need high-quality data. Its recommendations are only as good as the info you feed it. Garbage in, garbage out. Second is trust. If the people using it don't actually trust its suggestions, the whole thing falls apart. And third, you need a clear goal. The agent has to have a well-defined mission to work towards. And then, of course, you get into the big governance and risk questions. Things like, who's responsible if the agent messes up? Or, how do we make sure its decisions aren't just a black box? You also have to worry about technical risks, like an agent getting stuck in a feedback loop. And all of this is exactly why human oversight is and will remain absolutely essential. And this quote really sums it up perfectly. The goal here isn't about replacing people. It's about augmenting them. The best use cases, the ones that are really going to work, are where the AI agent supports people. It frees them up from all the tedious stuff so they can focus on what we humans do best, things like strategy, creativity, and making those tough judgment calls. So look, if you take just one thing away from all this, let it be this: AI agents are not about replacing us. They are tools for human augmentation. They are, in every sense of the word, our new digital teammates. So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Think about your own job, your own work. If you had a dedicated digital teammate starting tomorrow, what's the very first complex, frustrating problem you two would solve together? Because the answer to that question, well, that could very well be the future of your entire industry.